Unfortunately, I wasn't recording when the statement was said.
Joke's on you. I've been recording this whole time.
I
Oh
wish.
no. Don't isolate that audio and use it against me when I'm definitely gonna say it again.
Oh man. So I just want to start with an anecdote of something that happened yesterday, which is the reason that I didn't actually stream in the morning. I got like trees cut. I talked about this on stream. I got trees cut that were over the power lines that connect to my house. What I didn't talk about was, given the fact that they were doing that, I helped clean my mom's room. So we're going through my dad's closet, which I've never gone into my dad's closet. I want to preface that by saying I've never gone into my dad's closet. Fuck, I wasn't recording the right thing. There we go. I was recording Ghoul and I's conversation, not not actual not the Discord where we're sitting talking. Anyway,
Do you want to like stop the stream?
I probably should do that. You're right.
So it's not on your thing again?
Um, wow, I'm just a hot mess. But
Certainly
anyway.
one of those things.
I go into my dad's closet. Again, haven't gone into it my whole life. That place has just been like, don't go in there, that's dad's shit, don't touch dad's shit. So, go in there, and I see a bottle of Mountain Lightning. For those of you that don't know, it's Mountain Dew, but not Mountain Dew.
It's off-brand.
Yeah, I look at the bottle, and I'm like, this looks weird. And I open the bottle. As I go to open it, I see a spot on the bottle where like it's been sitting for so long that it actually like gathered on the bottle. So I was like, let me try to find an expiration date on this before I actually go drinking this Mountain Dew. I couldn't
But
find
your
one.
first thought was to drink it.
It's Mountain Dew. My first thought was always to drink it. What?
It's garbage.
We're not later. Um, we can talk about that in a sec. I could not find an expiration date.
Oh my god.
What I did find is a a copyright date, like the little like trademark thing, saying the last time that it was trademarked, and it was 2001. And I feel like that alone means that the bottle is at least from 2003.
It can't be worse than that chocolate from 1998 that I ate.
No, no, it can't. But that's what made me think about it. Like when I actually cleaned it out, I was like, oh
Did you drink
no,
it?
no, God no.
Then what's the point of this story?
Well, that was gonna lead into what I was gonna talk about.
Nah,
Damn.
man, you gotta drink it.
I'm not gonna.
No fear. What's gonna happen? You gonna die? Oh, I mean, come on.
No fear, Shakespeare.
Anyway, I was gonna ask what is like the weirdest thing you guys have found while you're cleaning, like you're cleaning your room or whatever, and you're like, wow, I haven't cleaned in, like I haven't, cleaned out this area in like a year, and then you just find some of the weirdest. What's like the weirdest shit you've ever found?
Bro, I tried 10 years.
Well, I don't know how I clean like my room. I go through it like at least once, like every few months, to make sure that like everything is cleaned out. That like I have no like a bag of chips that I like didn't finish sitting on my dresser or something. Like I make sure I don't have shit like that. I go through it
I don't.
like in my room at least once a month to make sure that like I'm cleared.
I have this like I guess I like found it, but I knew I had it. It's just didn't realize that when you don't see it, like you forget that it exists. I guess
Uh huh.
I have this little jar of my baby teeth. I guess maybe that's the weirdest thing I've ever found. But
That is kind of an odd thing for you to have. Like if your parents had that, that's like whatever.
well, my mom
But
collected it, but
well,
she
yeah,
gave it to me.
oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Your mom collecting it normal, giving it to your child. I just think that that's odd.
Collecting them are not normal, but that's just me.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe
it was
it's
from like the Tooth Fairy and stuff, and he
right.
like
Yeah.
collected them.
Yeah, no, that's still weird to keep them.
I guess.
I mean, I I I, I kept my like wisdom teeth when they took them out. I want to make them to like earrings or something.
Okay, that's
That's
fucking weird.
exceptionally weird.
That's like extra weird.
It's not that weird.
Keeping your
People do
baby
that.
teeth, your parents keeping your
It's pretty
baby
weird.
teeth from like the tooth fairy or whatever like that, I feel like is like, whatever. That's like, sentimental to your parents, like maybe like,
They still got
Oh,
like the
you know
blood
what
on them.
reminds me of my child? Their teeth. No, that's what a psychopath thinks.
No, they've got the blood on them so they can clone me if I ever die or something.
Oof. So someone pointed out they didn't do it in the comments. Believe it or not, our last video has comments.
Yeah,
They
they're
didn't.
all from me. What are you talking about?
Uh, fucking someone pointed out on my stream that I play WoW during the podcast, and about halfway through the podcast, I stopped playing WoW. The reason I do that is because this is some of the only downtime I have, like when I'm not streaming. So I just kind of get in all the boring shit that I try not to do on stream now. I feel like you two do things while we podcast too. It's not just me. Like,
No,
there's
I
no
do
way
that.
we just sit here for 3 hours and we're just like talking.
I literally do that.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Sam. I just sit
Okay.
here.
Guess I'll fuck myself.
I mean, none of us said what you were doing was wrong or were offended by it. We just don't do the same.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like I have a lot of like not nostalgia, but like secondhand nostalgia from growing up with like Fox playing WoW, because like he's played it since Classic, like
Mhm.
original Classic, and like I grew up hearing a lot about it but never actually playing it, and now that I'm playing, it's like I'm like, "Oh, I remember hearing about this," or "Oh, I remember him talking about that." And it's like I'm getting like not nostalgic feels, but like I already know this and now I'm like finally experiencing it.
Mhm.
And it's just like it's really cool. It's like when the Reignited trilogy for Spyro and the Insane trilogy for Crash came out, people had
Mhm.
like nostalgia to those.
Well, they were done perfectly.
They were like incredible. I think the only people that complained about either of those games were people complaining from the speedrun community about crashes because they changed his hitbox.
Yep.
That
And they
was like,
made it
Mm,
harder. They made
yeah.
the game inadvertently harder.
no. For me, I have like a lot of like WoW has a lot of nostalgia for me because my aunts used to play it when I was growing up, and
Mm.
I would watch them. And one time they let me like make a character on their account. And I made a night elf. Um, and
Did you also eat in that starting zone?
No, I just died a whole bunch of times and didn't wear pants because I was like 6. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but like that's probably like the only reason that we met is because I thought of WoW. I was like, wow. I was like, just like, whoa, like I haven't seen this game in so long. Like I have my own money now. Like I can just get it for myself. I
Yeah.
literally did, and that was it. But it's definitely not the same as it like how I remembered it when I was younger because it was like so like magical to me as a
Mhm.
kid. And just seeing it now, it's just like, oh, you just have to grind and do all this stuff. But for me, like as a kid, just exploring, that was like the most fun to me as a kid.
Yeah, I can say that is definitely the only reason we met, and this is gonna sound really bad, but like the only reason we met is because I had sympathy for you, because you were a healer eating in a starting area, and I was very confused and concerned.
Listen, I hadn't played in like 15 years, maybe more than that.
I just like for context, what happened was I made a paladin because I wanted to learn how to heal on a paladin, DPS on a paladin. Um, and I started off as a Tauren because they have one of the best racials for the Horde. And there's like a set of pig pens you have to like burn trouts and kill the boars. And I go there and I see a priest sitting there eating at level 5. So like already had flash heal because you get that I think at level 3 on a priest. So I'm just like, yeah, this priest just straight up eating, and I was like, loose, loss. What the fuck is that? What is their name? And then I connected the dots of it being Laos because Ghoul thought she was clever. Um, so I like messaged. I think I messaged you and was like, "Hey, do you need help?" And like I was like, "Yeah, just follow me." And like we did quests together and whatnot. And then like I invited her into the Discord and we like played for a little bit and
The gamer girl, finally.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know she was a girl. That's the other thing is I didn't know that
Until I
Ghoul.
spoke, and then the
Yeah.
first thing he said was like, "Oh, you're a girl."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you're a girl.
It's time to get sweaty, boys.
Time to get sweaty." But like, I didn't expect it because female characters in games, at least in my experience, play like female characters. You see guys playing female characters, and then you see girls playing female characters. You very like seldomly see a female playing a male character model. It's just not common. And Laos was a male Tauren, so I was like, whatever. I thought that just like, instinctively that she was going to be someone like Fox that was just
Oh,
like,
you
I'm
you
playing a
assumed her
chonky boy.
digital gender.
I assumed her digital gender. Yes, I know. The podcast is about to get canceled. Uh,
Fuck your gender norms, bitch.
but I had heirlooms on or BOAs, whatever, and I was leveling faster than her. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a break at lunch. And then when I came back, her mic was working, and I'm pretty sure that was one of the first things I said was like, oh, you're a chick.
Ah, yes, the most classy way to address it. You're a chick.
Oh, you has vagana.
And Bob's.
Bob's and vagana. Oh no.
Dan, Nikki, your Bobbies. Nope. Okay.
Nope, no idea what you're even talking about right now.
Sorry, I'm
Fuck.
also lost.
Alright, I'll send it to you later.
But that was how Ghoul and I met, and I believe I've known you, Banana, for like I've known you
You've at
for a
least
while.
known of me for a while.
Yeah, I knew of you for a while. I don't think you and I like actually started. Bonding's like a weird way to say it, but like you and I actually started connecting until
You
WoW.
mean I started tolerating you?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's definitely a way to look at it.
No, I definitely think one of our first interactions was around World of Warcraft.
Yeah, yeah. When you got into the
I also knew of you, but just not much.
right.
Dan, Nikki.
Yo, Bobbies.
Literally, that guy's page is still up on Instagram. If you go to his page and look at any of his like pictures, and like all the comments are Dan, Nikki, or Bobby's.
Oh, that's
Trying.
rough.
E-fame.
It's that easy, huh? I guess I should probably make an Instagram. Maybe get at least more than one person in my stream at any given time.
Nah. You just gotta keep streaming.
Oh, I know. And I was talking to Citrus about that last night. I brought up the fact that like I stream to like almost no one, and I just kind of keep doing it. Cause like I've given up on getting like not given up on getting affiliate, but I've kind of like just realized that like getting affiliates very very far down the road for me.
Could be.
It's not gonna be a
All it
like
takes is random chance, dude.
oh I know of course, but like there's the random chance of it happening, and then there's like not only that, but like I have to like get a shout out from someone bigger, and then I have to actually maintain that audience, meaning that like me and that person have to have similar player base. Because I've gotten shout outs before, but me and like those people haven't had similar like games in common. Like I got a jump when I started playing Dead by Daylight with Razor, and then I just like didn't play a lot of Dead by Daylight after that, and his audience like trickled away. So like, and that's like I feel like what it boils down to is like, oh, you're saying you're getting a shout out from this person that's playing this game, so we expect you to also play that game. You know what I'm saying?
I still firmly disagree with you on that.
Well, I'm saying that's like in my
It
experience
is
what I see.
maybe 30% about the game you play.
Oh, and I've heard that from the people that are still with me. Like, if you look at Slur, you look at Sarsuke, you look at those guys, and like they've said it. Like Slur's been like, I hate WoW, but I still watch you play WoW because you're entertaining. And
Exactly.
like, and that's like the type of audience I want anyway. So like, I don't care, but like I can tell you that like I've seen my analytics and I've watched my numbers disappear from shit like that. Like
Yes.
getting a shout
I
out and then
no, I
that person
understand how it
following.
works. To get the short-term retention, it's definitely more the game. But you don't want short-term retention, you
Oh
want
yeah.
long-term retention, which is less about the game and more about you. So quit being such a shitlord.
Dude, it's just so easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
Being a shitlord is just it's so easy. Look at Asmongold, he made a living off of it.
Yeah, but he's also funny and he's actually changed a lot.
He has. I will say that. I watched one of his videos like yesterday, his mount off, and I was like, all right, you're not so much of a scumbag.
He can still be a little bit of a scumbag, ninja, loot or whatever, but everybody expects that from him now. And
Right.
half of his audience gets excited when he does it. But when like his audience members go on a tirade, he tries to reel them in.
Mhm.
90% of the time he tries to reel them in. It's just there's so many of them, it's difficult.
Yeah. I will
And
say I never want that.
he's completely embraced his neckbeard life. He is who he is and he knows it.
Well, yeah, of
And
course. As long as
that's
you
the best way
accept
to
who
go
you
about it.
are, like, I think that you can do fine in like the world of streaming. Like, just
He's a
don't
neckbeard
fake
who
it.
lives in trash, and he knows it. He wears the same shirt for months on end. He
Same.
points it out all the time. Like when he watches videos on his stream of him in older videos, and he's wearing the same shirt, probably because it's consecutively, not because it's been washed since then. And he just laughs. He knows. And then there's McConnell.
I don't even know who that is. I don't watch Asmongold stream. I just like I've seen his VODs and I've seen how he is in his VODs and I'm just
Yeah,
like back in the day I was like, yeah,
he's funny. I like Asmongold.
20 PP. Who Asmongold?
Possibly.
Maybe.
I think Ghoul's just getting bored.
Probably.
Yeah.
Um
I just can't contribute anything, so that's my
Well,
contribution.
we touched on games that like I was talking about feeling nostalgic on WoW and like the Crash series. Are there any games that like you guys look back and you're just like, damn, like
Yes,
I definitely have a few.
the Neopets game for the PlayStation 2. It was called The Darkest Fairy. The best game ever. No joke. I love that
I,
game.
I I've actually never played it. Can't talk shit.
It's
I
actually really good.
I
I
can.
mean,
I bet it's garbage.
no. All right, what's yours then?
Final Fantasy VII is the first game that I ever played.
Is it
Oh,
really?
well,
Yes.
Wow. So you started off
Neopets wasn't the
strong.
first game that I played. The first game I ever played was Pokemon Crystal, I think.
First game I played was Pokemon Red.
Nice.
Uh, that's
The
kind of a
first game I
lie.
owned was Pokemon Yellow.
That's kind of a lie. The
Ooh.
first game I played was like Tetris on the PS1, but I don't know if you can say I quote unquote played that. They gave me a controller with the wire cut and said, "Here, you're playing with us."
Well, no, that's not you playing.
Right, but as a
You're,
kid, I thought I was. So like,
yeah, but you're smart enough now to realize you weren't playing the game.
am I smart enough now? I think you're giving me too much credit now, friendo. But that is definitely a game that like I actually love Tetris. Tetris is a lot of fun.
Tetris is fun. Tetris is the perfect difficulty curve.
Hmm?
Scientifically proven.
By whom?
Science.
That's fair. It's scientifically proven by science. I don't know what more else you want.
I there's nothing else I can ask for.
Exactly.
I mean, math has apparently proven it.
Math.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
Because of the way the difficulty system works, where if you're clearing lines, that's how the difficulty goes up once you hit a certain threshold.
Hmm.
So if you're frantically clearing one line at a time, it's gonna ramp up slower, like as it'll gradually increase. Whereas if you're playing Tetris to get Tetrises back to back, where you're smashing 4 lines, 4 lines, 4 lines, there's bigger jumps because you're clearing more lines at a time.
Right.
Instead of clearing one, you're clearing sometimes upwards of 12 to 16.
You know what game doesn't really have a difficulty curve, but it has like a staircase, almost, where like it'll feel like you're just absolutely thrashing shit, and then all of a sudden you're getting your fucking ass kicked in.
No?
What?
What game?
Um, most fighting games, like if you look at like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, Mortal Kombat, those games, I feel like they have a staircase. They don't have a curve.
Well, the problem is you're looking at the curve the wrong way. If you're looking at it like, are you saying hard is too hard and normal is too easy?
No, I'm saying like you're playing on normal, right? And the
Mhm.
first time you fight someone, you know, it's like, all right, this was easy. The second time you fight someone, you're like, all right, this was pretty easy. And then like the third fight, you just get your fucking ass handed to you. And it's like, okay, why though? Like, why couldn't it be like a progression? Like, first enemy, easy, second enemy, like, you know, a little tougher, and then that third enemy be like the hard one? Why
That's
did it have to
exactly
be
what you
easy,
just
easy?
described.
No, it was like the first two enemies are like exactly the same level, and then the third one is just like a jump. It's not like smoothed out curve of like easy, medium, hard in your enemies. It's just like easy, 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 hard. There's no curve to it. That's why I say like a staircase. It's like straight and then a jump and then straight and then a jump.
I mean, a lot of that comes down to like RNG as well, because fighting games are inherently more complex than Tetris,
That's
especially when you're
fair.
playing against computer, because it's a lot of ifs, then
Yeah, true.
statements. So maybe you should just play better.
I
Get
mean,
good,
that's
bro.
fair. I've always sucked at fighting games.
I've always sucked.
A.
So
That's
like,
it. That's the end of my statement.
all right, I was expecting there to be more to that, but I don't know why I expected there to be more than that. I actually last night I struggled to sleep, which is why I woke up late today. That's why like currently I'm doing WoW grinding, and before that I was making a magic deck like while talking to Ghoul, waiting for you. Um, I woke up late today, because last night I couldn't sleep because of for some reason I kept hearing, I think it was my cats running around upstairs, but it sounded like shit running. I live in the basement of my house, so it sounded like shit running along like the rafters.
Maybe it was
And
something stairs.
like I kept getting like spooked because not like footsteps. Like I don't mind, like I know that there ain't shit in my house like that, but like I don't like animals being in my house that are like wild animals. Like I like my dogs, I like my cats. If a fucking mouse crawled onto my bed while I was sleeping, you best believe I'm shrieking like a little bitch. And it's like that's what I was worried about. And that's one of the fears that I actually have is like while I'm sleeping, a mouse like runs across my body. Like that's I don't mind mice. Like mice in a vacuum are fine, but mice on my body while
Whoa.
I'm
Mice in a vacuum, they would die.
Whoa.
I bet you know what I meant by that. Fuck off.
I don't. That's why I'm kind of ribbing you a little bit.
When I say like mice in a vacuum, I mean like if you take mice, right, and you just like put them in front of me, like mice, they're adorable. They're just like they're in front of me. I can see them. However, if you were to like put me like if I'm asleep and you put mice in my bed, I'm going to panic.
Sounds like you're a coward.
Yeah, and I'm a straight bitch. I'll admit
The,
that.
the mice in your house. This is what they're doing. Hearing you talk shit.
I had to click into Discord for that. Fuck off. Oh man. But yeah, like that's I'm curious if I'm alone here. Like if you guys actually have fears like that are like somewhat irrational but not at the same time. Like that's not an irrational fear with living in a basement. Mice like you're in a basement, I live in the sticks. So it's like it is a possibility of like mice running around in my basement and shit.
For
That's
me,
why I make
it's
sure to keep it
serial
clean.
killer clowns,
Oh, yeah, well.
or just serial killers in general.
Yeah, what did Frosted Flakes ever do to them?
What?
Turn me to a serial killer and your cinnamon
Oh.
crunch.
Thanks,
Uh,
everybody. That'll be it from Banana. He's leaving. He's gotta go back to his people.
oh god, that was rough, but it's not worse than the music I listen to.
Having anxiety, everything's an irrational fear.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, yes, but it's everything.
It's gotta be
Being
rough.
like home alone at night is like the worst thing
I don't
for
mind being
me.
home alone at night, but
Cause
showering home alone. Mm-mm.
I mean, I'm fine as long as it's during the day, but at night, it just the house creaks differently.
That's fair.
You know, you hear
Powerful
things you
statement.
don't hear during the day because there's stuff going on like outside and inside. But at night, when it's just quiet as shit, like you hear the things, you hear demons, man.
I'm gonna
That's
be
when you
like
start
totally
feeling.
fair. My fear isn't so much like being in the shower at night. My fear is being in a closed room. Like I sleep with my like
I
with the
prefer it.
basement door shut, but like that's different. I'm in like a very open room. Like my basement like easy ways to be an asshole. Talk about how big your house is, but like my basement is like fairly big, so like I'm like it's spacious. I have room. So like that doesn't bug me. A bathroom is not a spacious place. So like being in there like with the door
Mm.
shut alone, it's like I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way.
I mean, like where my anxiety goes is like
Like a
if
hand job
somebody,
while they're holding razor blades, it just rubs you the wrong way, you know.
whoa, think you need to get that checked out.
If that happened, I'd hope you get it more than checked out. You're gonna need fucking like skin
Uh,
grafts,
you need dick stitches.
tick stitches.
But what I was gonna say is like where my anxiety goes is like if I was like showering at night, my thought process would be like if somebody would try to break in right now, like what could I do? Like so I'm going through like all these scenarios in my head, like
Yep.
like uh whatever items are around me, like I could defend myself with, or how I could like prevent them from actually coming in. Like if somebody tried to open the door or like break down the door or something like that. You know what I mean?
In
I
total
know exactly
fairness,
what you mean.
yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and it's actually the reason that even in my own house, I carry two knives on me.
It's not one, but two.
Just in case both cats jump him.
I mean, I have a knife right next to me.
I carry two because here's the thing is like I've always been told like prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So you prepare for the worst in getting disarmed by having a second one.
Gotcha.
Like what happens when you take off the mask? Another mask. Like you get disarmed, you have the second one if you need it.
Did
That's
you
why I
Yeah.
just
carry two.
fucking reference Naruto?
Maybe. Did you just call me out on it? Because you're just as bad with anime. Don't you dare start.
No, you're not even a real weeb.
I'm not.
I'm
That's
I
why I'm
am
saying like you're just
That's
bad
why
if
I'm
not
calling
worse.
you out.
Oh.
No, that's why I'm calling you out. I'm saying you're a fake fan.
In fairness, I haven't seen all of Shippuden. That's fair.
Well, I mean,
I haven't seen
was I
all of
wrong?
Shippuden. Depends on what you're talking about because like
Fake
if
fan.
if
Not
I were
even a
to
real
bring
person.
up Soul Eater or Black Butler, I can almost guarantee I know more about both those series than you because those series were like they still are
Doubt it.
some of my favorites.
I've
I,
watched
I
Black
know
Butler, absolutely. I watched all of
Release
Soul Eater.
Transy.
Soul Eater was I didn't even hear what you said. I think I
Yeah,
just
you were a robot. I had a stroke there when you were speaking.
I think my brain just phases out when she says dumb shit.
I didn't hear it. I actually heard robot noise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, angry robot noises.
Angry
Maybe I'm too
robot noises.
close. I said Alois Trancy. Isn't that the character in the second season?
For Black Butler, yeah.
Yeah. See, I
Wouldn't
know
know.
stuff.
And I
I haven't
hated
watched
him.
Black Butler.
Actually hated
What are you
him with
talking
a
about? He was like
passion.
my favorite character.
He was a spoiled rich kid. That's it.
So,
That's his story arc. He's a spoiled rich kid. Sorry, spoiler alerts for season 2 of Black Butler. It's trash.
he was also like sex trafficked.
He was,
So,
and like, yeah, here's the thing: is like everyone with a butler has a tragedy. That's like the shtick to it. Is that like you only go to those level of means if you have a tragedy in your life. Like, not gonna spoil the series, but like everyone knows that like CL's was his entire lineage died in a house fire that was
I didn't know
started
that.
by a mysterious force. It's revealed in like episode 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Oh, well.
I
Anyone
said
who's
that 3
anyone who
times.
has started the series will know that. If you don't, well, that's like the reason he has a butler. And like that is tragic, and that leads to the arc of CL finding out why his estate burned down, who
Well, it's
did it.
because Itachi was tasked by the
That's
third
like
Hokage
I
because there
that's
was going
the
to be an
arc.
uprising in the Uchiha.
God fucking damn it.
But Itachi did it and became a spy in the Akatsuki for Konoha if the third Hokage agreed to protect his little brother Sasuke.
Anyway, Where Crybaby Bitch's story arc is I was sex trafficked, which is horrific. I'm not trying to downplay that.
It sounds like you're trying to downplay
What
that.
I'm downplaying is the fact that like okay, he was sex trafficked, that is horrible. I sympathize there, but it did not lead to a story arc. He was sex trafficked and that was it. It was kind of just like said like, okay, this is why he has a butler. Now enjoy the rest of the season. Like if it had led to like anything.
Does it need to be more than that? A horrible thing happened to this person. You've already solidified that when horrible things happen to people, they get butlers.
They get
Does it really need
butlers
to?
to seek vengeance. That's like their thing. Like CL's was to find out who did what he did, like what happened to his family, and like kill a bitch. This dude just like it's never fully explained why homeboy like it's like he had this traumatic event, he got his butler, and that's it. There's no like closure. Like the person
no, I
who
mean like the whole second season involves him.
it
So,
involves him, but it doesn't involve him. Like there's no like the
well,
arc.
he's not a main character, so he doesn't have all that. You know what I mean? He's
Right, but
not
CL's
CL.
story was closed. Like if you finished season 1, CL's story gets closed. Reopening it to me felt like a money grab.
I didn't see it that way.
It seriously felt that way for me when I watched it because I was like, oh,
Well, did
new
you watch
butler
the
and
first
shit.
season and then like the second season hadn't come out yet?
Yeah, when I watched it.
Okay. I watched both like at the same time, so maybe that's why I have a different view on it, maybe.
Well, I'll like.
Redacted.
Do you
Money
mind me
grab,
spoiling
and
it?
if people. Oh no, I don't care.
Okay,
But
so I'll
there's
put like
also a
a
difference between a
timestamp.
money grab and them making a second season because people want it.
I'll explain it. I'm gonna put a timestamp on the screen for when like the spoiler section's over because this is one of
Yeah.
it is one of my favorite anime of all time. And if you haven't
You
seen it,
really
I
need to
recommend
branch out
watching
and
it.
watch better anime.
But the way it ends is you find out that the queen is the one that ordered the execution of CL's parents. He finds out,
Oh.
kills her, and then what happens is when a butler is like, when you've completed your task and the butler has aided you in completing your task, the butler takes your soul. That's the way that that works. So he completed
Well,
his
wait,
task.
okay, wait. I think it might be a little confusing because Banana's never seen it. These these butlers,
Butlers are demons.
they're not actually butlers, but they make deals with demons and ask them to be their butlers but help them achieve a certain goal.
Right.
So they're nobody knows that they're demons. They just know them as butlers.
Right.
That's why
People in
they're
the real
considered
world don't
butlers.
know, but like the person who it's called Black Butler because he's
Yeah,
one hell of
I
a
know
butler.
I know the gist. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
So, like, the way the season ended was CL getting his soul taken.
Hmm.
The reboot to like CL being a main character again was that butler for fucking I can't even remember his name. That's how like little I give a shit about him.
Alois Transy.
Alois. His butler, like I can't even fully remember it, but like episode 1, like it showed his butler like stealing part of his soul, so like um Sebastian, which is CL's butler, couldn't actually eat it. That's the way they decided to be like, oh yeah, he didn't actually eat his soul, so CL's
No,
still
that's
alive.
that's the end of season 2. Okay, you're the fake fan.
No, not even a little. That's the start.
No, it's no. No, because
Episode 1, they have him getting the tea. What do you mean?
the end of season 2 is when um Sebastian tries to take CL's soul,
No, the
but
end of season 1 he
turned in.
tries.
No. In the end, he got turned into a demon himself. So Sebastian is eternally his butler because they can't finish the deal because he can't take his soul because he's a demon.
Yes, that's the end of season 2. I'm saying the end of season 1. The end of season 1, Sebastian tried to eat his soul, and then something mysteriously happened with the new butler and caused shit to like not actually go the way it was planned. That's the end of season 1 to the start of season 2, and I think that's bullshit. If they were going to make a second season, they should have done it with a second main character because the first character's arc was done. That's what
Absolutely
like
not.
Mm,
Absolutely not. With all the popularity of that show, being around Sebastian and the main character, a new
yeah.
character wouldn't have done anything for a season 2.
here's
No.
the thing: is Sebastian was like kind of the staple, so they could have made it so like there's a new
No,
arc,
I don't.
but
I don't think
Sebastian
so.
maintaining like as the butler. Like it could have. Here's the thing: is it's just a contract. So it's just Sebastian could have gotten another contract after CL. It's explained that Sebastian has had contracts prior to CL.
That's like Maka and Soul splitting up and them going to be with a separate master and a separate weapon.
If
Is what
Soul
you're doing
gets
right now.
executed, I expect Maka to get a new weapon eventually.
But the main character didn't get executed. And
He he did though.
were
That's like
even
the end. He gets his soul taken and
in
dies.
in the second season, I'm pretty sure what you said is his soul didn't get taken, correct?
At the start of the second season, they tried to play it off like it didn't, but
So they
like
did play it off like that.
I just didn't like it.
They even like, instead of just not giving a reason and having a plot hole, they tried to fill it in. But because that's not good enough for you specifically, you don't like it.
Boo.
I get you are right. Like I'm not even gonna try and deny that you're right because the thing is I don't think it was like I don't think it was a good enough excuse to bring CL back. Like the way season 1 ended, it was clean. Like it felt like there was closure. Everything like it wasn't like the happy ending. Technically, it was a really sad ending, but like it was like the closure needed. I feel like in an arc, and
Hmm.
like I was content with that. I was happy with it. Like sealed. And then when I heard season 2 was coming out, I saw Blonde Bitch, and I was like, oh, cool. There will be like a new arc with a new person. Maybe it'll still be Sebastian. Maybe it'll be a different Butler. And like I saw like he had the mark on his tongue instead of the eye, which I was like, okay, that's not Sebastian's thing. Sebastian's is the eye, but like maybe he's just putting it on different body parts, whatever. And then like they just brought CL back, and I was like, I was just like it felt like it was a thing of like we want to continue because there's money in it, but we already finished what we wanted to tell in the story. Like Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball ended, everyone expected that to be end, and then Z came out, and people weren't like the biggest fans of Z because of like how drawn out it felt, how it didn't feel like the story was wanted. It felt like it was there's a lot of money to be made here, so we're gonna have you write a story. Like I feel like there's a
Well,
difference when you haven't.
that's he planned on continuing the story.
Oh, did he really?
He planned on ending it at Frieza.
Oh, okay.
And every single time that he went to end it, the fans wanted more. The fans completely changed the course of Dragon Ball Z. Like the fight with Majin Buu, where
Mm.
Gohan's absolutely kicking the shit out of him. That was where the mantle was supposed to be passed over, and we were gonna no longer have Goku. We were gonna have Gohan.
Mhm.
But the fans got pissed off. So instead, it's just Goku saves the day again.
And see, like I guess I can understand like diehard fans feeling that way, but I
No,
would rather
it
shit
was not.
being.
It was not diehard fans. It was the vast majority. There was massive backlash when he tried to do it.
And see, like personally, I'd rather have something completed cleanly than have something end like longer but messy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah,
cause
but they didn't do anything after that, and I personally like season 2.
here's the thing: at the end of season 2, they left themselves open to do more, and then chose not to. At the end of season 1, they left themselves closed. Like, this is the story, we're good. And then season 2 doesn't have books. Like, that's how you can
Black
tell.
Butler has a season 3.
Not anime, to my knowledge anyway. If so, I have to watch that now. When season 2 ended, I was so like disappointed. I was just like, fuck it. And I paid attention for like 2 years to see if anything new came out. It didn't, and I was like, I'm not hearing anything on this. Nothing new is coming out. They decided to end it like that for some reason.
Hmm. How many episodes is season 1?
Season 1, God.
Is it
I think
24?
it's 24.
Yeah.
Because it says season 2, and it just might be a second season split up. Season 2 is 11
Yeah, season 1 is
episodes.
24 episodes.
Episode list. Let's see. Yeah, there's been a total of 36 episodes for Black Butler and 6 OVAs.
Mm. And it's like, again, if they hadn't ended season 1 the way they did, like with that like resolved ending, I would have been like a lot more accepting of season 2 because it would feel like there was still things to be explained in season 2. The way season 1 ended, it just felt like it was clean, it was done, it was over, and then they decided to bring it back for some reason. Like that's just what it felt like. So like I just
You
again,
just
this is
butthurt.
my personal preference here like
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. Like, you can feel this way about the season 2. I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
You
I'm
gotta look
sure
at it from all angles.
everybody's has something that they don't like the second of. Like sequels are always almost like never like better than the first.
Mm-hmm.
Even in movies, like a lot of sequels are like just memed on really hard because they suck. They just didn't live up to either the potential or up to the hype or up to like they just didn't improve upon it or whatever. There's a lot of stuff like that. So like I'm trying to
Unless you're
think of an
talking about
example.
Haikyuu, which
I
every
don't.
episode of that anime is a masterpiece.
I'm. I wasn't. I don't think I've ever seen season 2. So I think we talked about this though.
Yeah, Haikyuu's ongoing right now.
hmm.
Super good.
There's a lot of things that deserve a season 2, but I think it's better that they were left where they were because a lot of people just have um I don't know what you would call it. Like they just have that idea of what it was and what it meant to them, and to have it either ruined or changed, I don't know. Some people just don't respond well to that.
I am one of those people, but I think we need to grow up because it's not our story to tell. We are listening to a story. You don't always like the ending of a story.
That's true. And that's why I
But
said
I am
like
one of those people. Like I want these things a certain way,
Yeah.
but I've become more accepting of it. Like Final Fantasy Remake. A lot of people didn't like a lot of the stuff in it. And I was
Mm.
like, this is wonderful. I love this. This is great. Because I don't look at it for what it is now. I look at it for the amount of doors they opened without spoilers.
mhm.
Mm.
there's so many different routes they could take now, and I'm genuinely excited to see what they do. People are too hard stuck, man.
That's
Too
true.
hard stuck in what they like. And if you don't like what I like, then you're wrong.
Basically.
That's how people feel, and it's sad, really. Nobody can have their own
Yeah.
opinion anymore.
Yeah. That's what like that's why fan fiction was created, because people wanted their own endings, I guess.
Exactly, and that's perfectly fine. Write your fan fiction. You want to have Solid Snake and Edward Cullen make love? Go for it. I
Wait,
don't care.
is that like what is it? It was like Mario and Sonic that
Oh
like
God,
it's
please
like
stop.
it's the longest like
Yeah,
written thing ever. Is it still going on?
I don't know.
Oh. You know what I'm talking
Jeez.
about, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never actually looked it up or gone more into it than that.
I looked it up like once, but it was just more of like hearsay, I guess.
More like heresy.
What?
Listen here, creative freedom.
Oh, of course. I'm just making jokes.
You're being a bully. That's what you're doing.
I mean, yeah, that too.
And you should stop. You have been stopped.
I've been stopped. Oof. I've been stopped by the frog, monkey, snake. The frog, the
What?
monkey, the snake, and the banana. All of those things have stopped me.
We're the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Terrifying, truly.
Sorry, four horse people of the apocalypse. Oh. Uh, this virus.
That's how you get stopped.
This virus is trash. I also
Yeah.
slept like shit. I woke up at 2 o'clock.
Did you really?
Yes.
Yikes. See, I didn't sleep like that bad. Well, at the same time, you've always gone to bed later than me.
Not always.
Well, when I fuck up my sleep schedule, yeah, you're right.
No, for a long time I was going to bed at like 11 o'clock and waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Most days 8:30 because I could watch the pre-market.
Hmm. How's that all going, by the way?
Relatively well, all things considered.
That is good.
Stonks.
Yep.
Stonks. The
Made
biggest
a
think
grand.
stonks.
Made just over $1,000 this morning.
Nice.
Wow.
See,
I think
that
I'm the
that's
only
some big
one
brain shit.
You're the only one.
with like a sleep schedule.
No,
Yeah.
I have one.
Yeah, but it's terrible.
It just gets broken constantly because here's the thing: is like Citrus will hit me up like, "Hey, I'm gonna be on in an hour," and I'll be like, "Okay, cool, yeah, we'll play like," and I'll play for like 2 hours, and then I'll go to bed, set, and then he won't
What do
show
you
up
keep
for
saying
four
no?
fucking hours. Well, the
You could
issue
also
is if
just
he
say no.
showed up, like we'd be fine. He just doesn't show up
Dude, he's
from.
got a life.
I know,
He's got a
but
wife and a family.
I know, but he like hits me up directly, and he's like, "I'll be on in an hour," and I'm like, "Okay," and then like 3 hours later, he just shows up, and he's like, "Hi," like he's just like, "I'm
Things
here."
happen, dude. It happens a lot.
It
Just
does happen a lot. And that's why my sleep schedule is constantly fucked though, is because like I'm like I try to like make sure that I can play with him because I feel bad. Like he has like
why?
you, me and Fox. Fox works nights. I don't know when you're around. And then he has like me, and it's like I obviously he feels the same way about me though. Like there were days that he stood up late for me specifically, and I know this. So it's like, what kind of friend am I if I like, bail because it's like, no, sorry, I'm going to sleep. Fuck you.
No, you're a normal person. Because you know what he would say? He would be like, "Yeah, I understand," and then he would go play games by himself. He does it all the time.
He does, but I don't know. Like I just feel bad.
Spray bottle.
Spray bottle, pig.
Keep these thirsty bitches away.
Yeah, that was
It's my hoe repellent.
punishment for talking shit. You get sprayed.
Do it. You won't.
Well, not you.
No, me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well then.
Oh, I'd like to come out and say plainly that Ghoul eats children.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I just want that to be on the record for any future investigations.
Wish I could have fucking context to that.
That's all the context you need.
Yeah. I eat my unborn children.
Usually smothered in ranch.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing.
What?
I'm trying to like figure out if you're making like. I
You
know that
wouldn't get it.
I'm definitely making an inside joke.
you're
But
making an inside
specifically one
joke,
for
but
Ghoul. This is
okay.
how it feels to be outside the loop. You're on the other side of the Mobius strip.
Feels bad.
It's okay. It's okay. You should feel bad. We're excluding you on your podcast.
It's not just my podcast.
Let's be real.
Look at
I
the
don't want my
tags.
face. I don't want my face or, my name on this. I'm just here.
That's rough because your name is in every episode's tag.
Nah, I'm here. Just here. Anybody listening to this? You're breathtaking. Y'all the real MVPs.
What was it? What was it? Julie messaged me, and she was like, you should do an episode of the podcast where you do like a Q&A type thing. Like maybe stream it, get some people in the stream to like ask you questions. You guys can answer them on stream. It'll be a lot of fun. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool, but with what fucking audience?
Eventually.
Like that's a down the road idea, but that's what it is a down the road idea.
Hey, down the road can come quicker than you expect. Maybe more people will start listening. You never know. If our
True.
one viewer recommends it to 3 friends, and then those 3 friends then ostracize him, we will have 1 viewer.
I was actually talking to Ghoul before the podcast, and I was discussing on why I did poor planning for this podcast because I got 3 people that collectively do not have a lot in common, so thinking of topics to talk about is not easy.
I disagree. That should make it easier because you're getting varying opinions on everything.
Right, but like for example, the music thing, like I tried to bring up music, that segment was like 5 seconds long. Like
That's just a bad topic. I mean,
well, right, but that's something like I look at it and it's like, oh, I'm very into music. You and Ghoul aren't. Okay, so like we
that's
go
not
and
true at all.
well, like you and I are
I'm super into music.
yeah,
We
you
just
and
don't
I are
like the
super
same
into
music.
music. We're just into different music. That's fair.
There's
I
nothing
like
wrong with not being into music, Ghoul. Except
There
it
isn't.
makes you a
That's not what
terrible
I'm
person.
saying.
I like K-pop sometimes.
But like
I
it
mean, I
makes
listen
it
to it just
so
sometimes.
the conversation like didn't last that long. And then I
It's
was
all
like
about because it was a boring topic.
okay, well what can we talk about? And I was thinking I was like video games are
You
good
know what?
talk.
No, I'm going to interrupt you right here because you picked a shitty question because you were specifically like, what kind of underground music do you guys listen to?
Uncommon music. Thank you.
You specifically used the word underground and it should be recorded.
It was recorded.
I mean it was
So
and it's in the
you can
podcast.
check yourself because you said underground, so it's like
Yeah, the first time I probably
nothing.
did say underground, and then after that I said because we all listen to artists that are unknown, or at least not very known, so like who do you listen to that's not very known? Literally how that
Under
conversation went.
underground music.
Okay, well fine, you know what? Let's wrap the question, shall we? How many unknown or not very known artists would you be able to recommend? Like artists that are unpopular.
Well, if they were unknown, I wouldn't know who they were.
Fun fact, you decided to bring up music that you listened to and then said immediately after that they were all well known, so you couldn't recommend anyone.
I listened to. Let's see.
Literally how that conversation went. You were like, well, it was popular when it came out, so I can't really
Yeah,
say that.
that's what it was popular when it came out. It's
Right.
unknown now,
I
but
guess. It's fair.
I listened to music from the 70s and 80s.
Dude, I love swing music. Like,
That's
respect the
not
swing. That's not 70s, 80s, but saying old made me think about it. That's like 20s to 40s, but
Um,
I love it.
We're on
well,
such different
fuck me, I
wavelengths.
guess. I listen to Sweaty Machines. That's the name of it. I listen to a lot of meme music. So if you know the memes, you know them. Like You Got That by Halogen and Brain Power by Noma.
And
They're all
gas.
great. I like Frederick. Moe Shop / Hentai Dude. Let's do a lot of musicals. Planet Booty. They're great. But
Planet
they're old.
Booty.
I would say they're unknown because they were relatively unknown for a long time because they're older. And then the Dan Avidan of the Game Grumps pimped them, and I was like, this is hilarious, and I love it.
Of the Game Grumps.
Of the Game Grumps.
The Game Grumps, you got the Taylor Swift, the Bare Naked Ladies, Eminem, Shaggy and Rick Rock, Beyonce.
Wait, rewind. Who the fuck are Shaggy and Rick Rock?
It wasn't me,
Bruh.
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 But she caught me on the counter. It wasn't
Even
me.
I know that's
Caught me
Oh!
banging on the sofa.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't me.
me, yeah, alright.
Yeah, that's Shaggy and Rick Rock.
That's like the only
Atomic
song by them I
Kitten,
know.
The Killers, Pink,
about
Cascada. Let's
about
go.
about to out myself really hard here when you said Shaggy. ICP popped into my head.
Oh, Shaggy too dope.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Michigan. That's where Fago is.
Alright, that's fair.
I know ICP.
Actually, again, semi-outing myself here, I also enjoy their music.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with being a juggalo or a juggalette.
a jiggle.
A jiggle.
Ain't nothing wrong with a jiggle.
Uh,
A
Lil
shimmy
Dicky.
sham.
I think Lil Dicky is hilarious, and
I
I
do too.
fucking love his songs. I can't wait for the show.
What is he doing a
He's
concert?
making a show on. No, he's making a show on TV
Oh, like it.
called
Oh,
I
called
thought it.
Hi, I'm Dave, and
I
that's
it's
thought it
about.
awesome.
came out already.
It might be out already. I remember seeing the
Yeah.
ad for it when I went to go see the My Hero Academia movie. Um, but it's his life, but there's two different perspectives. It's him as Dave, and then him as Little Dicky.
Huh. That's actually a really cool concept.
Oh, it looks so fucking funny.
My two personalities.
Uh,
One of my many.
yeah. Everything. I like Kate Micucci. I've had a crush on Kate Micucci since I was like 12 years old.
I
Never heard of her.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'm uncultured
She's been
swine.
the voice of Velma Dinkley for
Kate
forever.
Makuchi.
Ah,
Yes, that joke has been made. She actually made that joke on Conan.
Wow, you really follow her.
Yeah. She got married though recently, and I'm happy for
Oh
her.
damn.
Like, you know what? That's fair. She
You
plays the
said it.
ukulele in a comedy band with one of her friends that I don't remember the name of. But they're Garfunkel and Oates,
oh,
and they're so fucking funny.
I think I think I
I
know who you're
literally
talking
listen
about.
to
Yeah.
everything. Starbomb, Anthem Lights, Pentatonics, Black Eyed Peas and Coldplay, followed by Gorillaz and Beyonce. Blue
I'm
Oyster Cult, Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Kesha.
literally wearing a gorilla shirt right now.
Really?
Rip
Yeah.
Harambe.
I meant the
Yeah, we all know what you meant. He was making a joke.
no, I said what I was saying is I met the guy from Gorillas
Which
in
one?
person. Um Damon? Damon?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That
and I
is
met the
cool.
artist too. And we went to their concert. 2019 or 17, something. 18.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Ha.
Now, now, see, like
uh,
Preston, you're pretty well. Like you listen to a lot of different types of music. If someone told you you had to sit down and listen to one band permanently, that's the only band you could listen to.
one band permanently
One
for the rest
band.
of my life.
Yes.
Um, Do I have to listen to more than one song?
Well, no, it's just that band. Like anything that band has put out and like will put out, you can listen to that, but like no other bands. If they feature
Earth,
someone,
Earth,
you
Wind, and Fire.
really?
Yeah, my
Oh.
favorite song is September. I could go the rest of my life just having that song.
Hmm.
It's a
Yeah, you
bop.
thought that was going to be a hard question, wasn't it?
I
It's
definitely
not
did
hard.
think it would be a hard question for you.
Nope.
It made me sit and think for a while, but being totally honest, it would be Linkin Park for me.
Pat, um, you, you. This is the things I think about constantly, and I come up with my answers in case anybody were to ever ask them.
You were literally pre-planning podcasts before I even hit
No,
you up.
I just got to keep my brain active, or I'll go insane.
I feel that with the quarantine.
No, this is not just quarantine. This is my life.
It's just ADHD.
I feel like that's why I started playing Magic though, because it just constantly keeps me busy and thinking.
Nah, Magic's easy. Pick a color, pick a card, build a deck around it. I built a commander deck around the inexorable blob, which is
Hey.
I think it's a 4/4 or something. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the requirement, but if you have 4 different types of cards in your graveyard when it's attacking, it'll spawn a copy of itself. So
Mm-hmm.
you use the artifacts and other things that like bountiful harvest and one of the other ones that'll double the tokens, and then you also use the commander that is I can't remember the commander. I think it's a Teferi, just to get your color access.
Uh-huh.
And then you take the progenitor mimic and you put it on the inexorable blob, which then makes a copy of the inexorable blob that is a token. So then you get it's a green white creature, and it's a pay 4 and 2. It's 2 white, 2 green, and it's populate. And then you populate the one that is the token that creates a copy of itself every turn. And then all of those, when they're tapped and attacking, summon 2 or 3 inexorable blobs that are also tapped and attacking. You just overwhelm them with numbers. I like playing green because I like either a lot of creatures or big creatures.
Yeah, just like doubling season shit like that.
You should play Legends of Runeterra.
I've thought about it, but here's the thing: is that like, and given the fact that you've clearly played it by recommending it, you're gonna judge me a little bit for this, but it looked too much like Hearthstone, and I hated Hearthstone.
You should try it. Don't judge a book by its cover.
And also, like, believe it or not, I wasn't a huge fan of Magic Arena. I think it's cool. The concept is nice. It's better than Magic Duels, which is the last thing that they did. Um, but like, it's just
Did you try that one?
Magic Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, I had
But
beta
did you try
access to
Legends of
that.
Runeterra?
No.
Then shut up. Don't judge something until you tried it. It takes maybe 2 minutes to play a game.
Well,
Especially
I
because
know.
they immediately shove you into a tutorial. And then if you get in there and you're like, you know what? This isn't for me, fine. Because I would say it is close to Hearthstone. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but either way, it is something that like I do want to try eventually. It's just like it did look too much like Hearthstone, and the thing with Arena is I had beta access to that, so I was like, all right, I have beta access to this game, why not? So I
Oh,
tried it.
Magic the Gathering Arena is great.
It is. It's fun. It's just
It's
I
just
don't
like
like.
playing Magic.
The thing is I wish I could find a way to bring my modern decks into Arena. I know like everyone wishes that, and like then it would kind of just like ruin the game because you would no longer have progression in the game and yada yada yada. It's just I've spent so long making decks outside. I just wish I could bring them in and use them there.
Use cockatrice.
What?
It's a public thing, and you can absolutely do that. It was before Magic the Gathering Arena. You could do that, and that's literally where just people play Modern and fucking free for all and whatever.
Oh.
Like anything's allowed there. You just bring in copies of the cards as long as you're following the rules. People don't mind. But Magic the Gathering Arena is a new way to actually easily play with people and enjoy Magic the Gathering, especially for people who can't really do that because they don't have a card shop near them. They can't do Friday Night Magic. You can do
Right.
a draft in Magic the Gathering Arena.
That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing draft in Arena. Cool, you should try that. That's a game that we could all play. I've contemplated, speaking of games we could all play, I've contemplated doing this podcast to us playing like Scribblio or something like that.
But why? Why would you do that?
Well, because a static screen of the Discord moving whenever Cool Snake gets bored is just weird. So like having Scribblio or something.
I mean, that's fair, I suppose.
I've thought about it. Is the thing is like again, it's not just my podcast, it is our podcast. So like I don't want to
No,
be like we're doing this, let's do it and you guys hate it.
Pretty sure that's gonna happen anyways, but it's your podcast.
I mean, it's
It's
not
your
my,
podcast, and we are the permanent guests.
that's not the case at all.
Wasn't that
You
just like
will eventually have to pay us if you make it big.
I'm aware of that. You guys are part of the podcast. It is like the channel is not called Sirius Plays Games. It is called whatever the fuck the name of this podcast is.
Masters of the Nonsense?
See, I'm more of a practicing artisan of the nonsense.
Yeah, we discussed that the first episode of the podcast. Can I not get fucking feared? I'm sorry, I'm playing WoW.
I'm a novice of the nonsense.
But like when it comes to that shit, like if you look in the tags on all the videos, they all have Sir Banana, Cool Snake, and Sirius Plays as tags. Like it's not
Why?
just like Sirius Plays Games and then the Masters of the Nonsense.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Sirius Plays Games.
It's not. I will admit I run the Discord, but even that I don't have any fucking control over. The amount of shit that
whose
you
fault is
and
that?
the amount of shit you and Citrus have added to this Discord.
We give the people what they want.
And what they wanted was an NSFW chat. I will not forget the first time that came up.
Everybody feels better with an NSFW chat.
Did someone say pro Jared's penis?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I got cursed with it, so I had to share it.
Wait,
It's in the NSFW chat, yeah.
no.
Don't scroll up. That's all you have to do.
No. Literally,
send it to
I
you.
had not even like gone in there until you were like, "Oh, look in the."
I was like, look
chat."
at the. We were sitting privately talking one day, and I was
Yeah,
like,
Ghoul is an innocent being. Why do you
My-
need to do that?
Yeah, my eyes are scarred. Every time I close my eyes, I see that image of that grandma.
okay, I didn't expect you to see that. I wanted you to see the
It was
GIF
right above- okay,
that
it was
Citrus
right above the
posted.
thing that you. How
The-
you can't like see the thing that was just posted without seeing the thing that comes right
You
before.
can if you're not running full screen.
I mean,
I-
I'm not running full screen, but it takes up a big chunk of my screen. Yeah.
See,
I can see 3 posts right now in the podcast channel.
yeah, and it's full screened.
It's not full screened.
Oh, for me it's full screened, and I can see. Well, all right, 4 if you count the rows and that GIF separately.
Okay, then yeah, 4. Mine is not full screened.
Mine's full screened,
is
and
a
I can only
window.
see those.
I can see the same as you, and mine is not full screen.
That's weird.
Tiny monitor. Beep, beep.
I think I have a 32-inch.
Yeah, I don't. That's what she's saying. It's like my monitor's tiny monitor PP.
But gotta give the people what they want, but you can't give them all the freedoms, because if you give them all the freedoms, then they think they know what they want. You gotta give the people what they really want.
Gotta give them what they want, unless their names are Banana and Citrus.
No, we are the ones giving the people what they want in this scenario. That's the whole point. But we know what the people want. And they don't. People are dumb. People are wild animals. Pansy.
Oh, speaking of what people want, that segues perfectly into something I want to discuss.
Well, it's only a segue if I was done talking.
Are you done talking?
Well, I am now. I mean, you cut me off.
All right. Well, what you got to say? Let's
It's
hear.
too late. It's too late. The flow has been broken. Proceed.
Anyway, a lot of I've been seeing like people their mixer contracts are
People, you know what? That's a perfect segue. Thanks, Cirrus.
not a problem, Banana. What you
No.
got?
Mixer. What is that? I don't
uh,
know what Mixer is. What is Mixer?
It's what you blend your smoothies with.
I
it's
thought that was a
Twitch.
blender.
It's Twitch for Microsoft.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they like got Ninja and Shroud and shit, and they got a couple of other people too that like aren't as big but still like pretty big, and their contracts are coming up, and Mixer is not renewing them. So,
Okay.
people are saying like now the really only two like competing streaming services are YouTube Gaming and fuck I fell, YouTube Gaming and Twitch. I was going to ask and see, like, do you feel that clearly you not knowing what Mixer is means that I already know your answer, but I was gonna see, do you feel that way with like Twitch being like the only place you can really go for games and whatnot?
No, YouTube Live is getting better.
Is it really? Huh.
Yeah, YouTube Live is getting better. They're fixing a lot of the problems they have, and some people are starting to stream on it more and more. Twitch, however, is a monopoly currently. Nothing can compete with it, which is what Mixer tried to do. Because I do remember reading about the article where they paid Ninja to go to Mixer.
Mhm.
But if they're not going to pay him to stay there, he'll go back to Twitch, and Twitch will pay him.
Yeah, Ninja's contract hasn't come up yet. I saw another streamer's contract came up, and he was like, "Unfortunately, I can't make a deal with Mixer again, so I'm coming back to Twitch." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Oof, that's rough."
And Twitch will pay him like just Twitch will treat him exactly the same, and it's just like, haha, Mixer, you suck. Everybody's coming back to us now.
Yeah.
We got bought by Amazon.
Yeah. And the reason that it's on my mind is because I have contemplated in the past if I wanted to ever like go to another streaming service, maybe like try things out there. Like obviously another streaming service would be there, but like Mixer, YouTube Gaming, something like that. I've thought about whether or not that's something that I want to do. So
Ghoul just
that's why
needs
it
to
was on
start
my head.
streaming.
Yeah, Gould needs to start streaming.
Yeah,
E-grill.
on my laptop, thanks.
Yeah, e-grill.
E-grill,
It's not
yeah.
hard. You're a female with a voice. Congrats, you can stream.
I
What are you saying?
mean,
Females with voices can't stream, or without voices can't stream? Is that what you're saying, huh?
yeah, what
Pretty
if they're
exclusive of you.
mute?
Yeah,
What if they're deaf?
You can be deaf and still talk cool.
it's true.
You can, but
He's got you
usually
there.
most deaf people are mute.
Yeah.
It's only people who were hearing and then became deaf who can really talk.
Mm-hmm.
But deaf people who are born deaf can learn how to talk, but it's not always the same.
Probably the most
Yeah.
difficult thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But
I want to learn sign language. I really should.
I
You
learned a
should.
little bit of it in high school and then just kind of stopped. Similar to Spanish. I just started to learn it and then stopped.
Oh,
I
that's
took
good.
2 semesters in college of it, and I love it.
Huh.
I'd like to
Awesome.
learn it. Yeah, because I think that's a genuine interaction I'd like to have with somebody who's hearing impaired.
Hmm.
Is, hey, I can talk to you in your language. I can
But
interact with you the way you'd like.
yeah, not all people who are hearing impaired know how to sign, though.
A lot of them read
Uh,
lips, I've
I,
heard.
what I what I
Yeah.
what I mean is somebody who uses American Sign
Yeah. Oh,
Language.
I know what you meant, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying not all of them. But yeah, there's a whole because I've been playing VR chat because I love it. There's
Oh
a
no.
whole
Oh my
sign
God, a
language.
gamer girl!
There.
Prepare for the
Can
FriendRequest school.
I speak?
No, you're not
They-
allowed. We need to save it for the 100th episode.
um, they have like a whole server dedicated to sign language because with the VR controllers, you can actually make all the different
Really?
yeah. So I spent a lot of time in there, even though I don't have the controllers.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they
there are
have like
controllers that have like pressure
That
points.
That would be kind of eerie, though.
What?
Totally silent.
Because I mean, you go into a VR chat and you're expecting to hear people talk. Like for me, it would be eerie. Like it because you'd walk in and
Well, no, it's like it's. I don't know if you can just go. I think you might have to be invited.
mm,
But it's not just one that people just wander into. And in the front, it says very plainly, like there's so many directions and like different things. They have like so many resources you can use to learn, like sign language. If you're just doing it on your own, you can just sit in there and just watch how to make different signs and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But it'll say like this is the ASL like server or something, American Sign Language or whatever.
that's super cool.
That
Yeah,
is.
right? I love it. But I think somebody made like a video about that on YouTube.
Was it you?
Um,
Is it your alter ego?
Ooh.
one of my like 70 personalities made a YouTube video about it.
Yeah.
I don't recall it because I just pass out and I wake up and I'm in different places.
You should probably get that checked out.
Yeah, you should.
The voice
Only
in
if
my
you
head
want
says
to, of
no.
course. No. Oh.
The voice in my head says I can't tell anybody that they're there.
Hmm.
But you just did. Now they're gonna have to end you.
I'm dying. I'm dead.
Well, get wrecked. Oh.
Have you ever thought about streaming, Banana?
I have streamed before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why have I not heard about this? I
You
feel
have. I've told you on multiple occasions because you've asked me this question multiple times.
I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't ever
Oh,
remember that conversation ever happening.
you never remember any of our conversations. You don't love me like you used to.
I
Why
don't
do you
pay
close your eyes when we make love?
I don't pay you like my French horse.
What?
Why the whore's got to be French?
They're the easiest to paint.
Nay, nay, oui, oui.
Oh yeah.
Well, why'd you
Uh,
stop then? Correction.
just because I'm too lazy.
Ah.
I really should. Once I get another set schedule at work, I'd like to. Like once I'm on all mornings or on all afternoons, I'd like to.
Yeah, because I feel like you
But a
definitely have
lot
the
of it is
personality for it.
I'm a better supporting personality than I am a main personality.
You say that, but you're kind of the main personality here.
Nope.
I'd say
I
so.
roll off you guys. You guys see it as me just being the star, but I'm rolling off you guys. I roll off the fact that we constantly interrupt Ghoul.
I'll have my time to shine.
Yep, 100th
100
episode.
episodes.
Yep.
Yep.
Rick and Morty. 100 years. Forever. Rick and Morty forever.
10
And then
out of 10, 100 out of 100. Best game.
best game. 10 out of 10 is a 1. Just so everybody's aware. We should stop rating games out of 10.
I very much agree with that.
Yeah, we should rate it out of 100 million.
Well, no, because then 100 million out of 100 million is still 1.
Well, then we should just not have a rating system.
Exactly.
Or you either get a star or you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you either play it or don't.
as toxic as it can be sometimes, I actually agree with the way that Steam does its like recommendations, where it's like, do you recommend this game or do you not? Here's why. Like,
It's almost like a written review.
well, yeah, but it's not written by someone who is paid to write the review most of the time.
Sometimes it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's just so many reviews.
Right. So you have like a lot of things you can like look at and go off of. We've been talking without you for 2 seconds.
You start talking about something I can't contribute to, and I just zone out.
Ghoul doesn't like games. Ghoul doesn't like fun.
I
No,
like
and
games, just not the same games that you guys like.
and that's why I said like I just like when I created this, I clearly just used one of my 2 brain cells rather than both. Because like I notice there's a lot of topics that like I talk on, and either like you and I can have a good conversation on it, and then Ghoul's just kind of relegated, or Ghoul and I can have a conversation on it, and you just kind of like try to bounce off us.
Yeah. I've got a very broad knowledge on a lot of
You
things.
do like it. No disrespect, Ghoul. It's easier to find topics to talk about with Banana.
No
No
offense, Ghoul,
offense.
but fuck you.
The other thing is I've known Banana a lot longer than I've known you. So.
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean, I just say nonsense
No, it's a lot
and,
longer. I've
you
only
know.
known Ghoul for like what, 6 months now, if that.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like I've known Ghoul for about 6 months.
Oh,
It may
it
feel
wasn't
that way
very
because
long
she's
after.
draining, but trust me, you haven't.
No, I love Ghoul. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
uh,
unlike you, he doesn't take every chance he
Yeah.
got to patronize me.
oh, I take shots left and right. It's just what I do.
Yeah, unlike you, I use those shots to hit on Ghoul.
My boyfriend's watching this.
And that's like the best part of it.
Let's add that asterisk there. That's a joke. If your boyfriend's actually, you guys are real cute. And I've
Hell
said
yeah.
as much to Ghoul.
Hell yeah.
See,
So
I make
don't
fun of him
actually
when we're
get
not on
me
the
in trouble,
podcast.
Ghoul.
What?
No,
I
no.
said don't actually get me in trouble, Ghoul.
The magic of
No.
editing will make it so you don't get in trouble. I'll just put like a giant
No,
asterisk
keep it
on
in.
screen. I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna put a giant asterisk on screen that says like he's joking now. Like I
I
put
don't
the
think I don't
timestamp.
think it's needed. He's not
The,
stupid.
I was to say the joke is not there. It's a fact, but I'm not hitting on Ghoul to hit on Ghoul. I'm hitting on Ghoul to be like, girl, know your worth. Sassy hand wave.
Yeah, I'm a sparkling sunflower.
That's right. Not no dandelion.
I love dandelions. Dandelions are like amazing, but people just like, oh, they're weeds, so they're gross. But I think they're. Have you ever seen like a humongous like field of dandelions? Like you would know, they're just special.
You can also make shortbread cookies out of them.
Yeah, you can eat dandelion, like
Mm-hmm.
the entirety of a dandelion, and it's good
Mm-hmm.
for you
Nope. I don't like eating plain dandelions anymore.
anymore. I
Well,
used
when
to
I was
I
a
used
kid,
to
I'd eat
rub
everything.
the flowers on my nose, and it would make
Yep.
it yellow.
Yep.
I don't know where I
Uh,
learned that, but I just did it.
yeah. Yeah. I also just did it.
But I also like ate leaves as a kid.
I ate a lot of dirt as a kid, so.
Leaves, and I think I ate bark once. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten in my life.
I think the worst thing I've ever eaten is probably acorns.
Acorns. Well, it's not far from like
Look
a
at
nut.
this idiot. He's eating acorns.
Look at this squirrel.
Fun fact, that's the reason why it's gonna sound really stupid, and um if you're watching and you happen to be young in school, this is not a way to make friends. But I used to get made fun of a lot because of my teeth, and I used to get called a chipmunk or a squirrel constantly because of my teeth. So there was like a group of popular kids that like obviously in school there's that crew, like every school has it. So like when I was in school, I kind of just like did whatever they said and just like hung around them. And that was one of the things they said. They were like, you look like a squirrel. Do you actually eat acorns? And I was like, oh no, I've never tried. And one thing led to another, and I ate an acorn, and it was kind of gross. More than kinda. It was
Yeah.
really gross. But
Was it worth it, though?
not even a little. Hence, PSA note before this. This is not the way to make friends. It is not worth it. You're dope as shit the way you is.
Some of us are kind of shit, though.
I mean, yeah, Ghoul exists, but
Why you gotta talk shit about Ghoul all the time?
because
does
here's the thing. Here's the thing: is when we're not in the podcast, I can make fun of someone else, and she knows who I'm talking about. But in the podcast, I can't, cause I promised.
Why don't you just not make fun of anybody?
Oh,
You
that's so hard.
dick.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a dick.
You utter penis.
You. I don't know what words you want me to drop here. You
Filthy
You
hobo.
not nice person.
you grundle.
You grundle.
Stinky grundle.
You butthole surfer.
What the fuck was? What the fuck is that?
A band.
Okay then.
The butthole surfers. They're a band.
It's kind of hype. Can't even lie. But yeah, I make fun of someone else off camera. I don't make fun of Ghoul on camera. But on camera, I cannot make fun of said other person because someone won't allow me to. Don't know who that person is,
You know,
but.
I told him, by the way, so he knows now.
Oh, so I can make fun of him now?
No, leave some sanctity in this podcast.
Leave some sanctity.
Is
Yeah,
that a word?
seriously, right?
Never. This podcast is trash.
So you're
I
agreeing with
quit.
him?
What? Who am I agreeing with?
You're just gonna
I,
blindly agree.
no, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. I completely don't know what Cirrus is alluding to, so I was just like, this is between them. I'll let it happen.
Hear that? So that's 2 votes for me. He's just gonna let it happen,
No,
and I
I'm not
can.
just gonna let it happen. Are you trying to be a bully?
No.
Is he trying to be a bully, Ghoul?
Yes.
Well then, no.
I am not being a bully. Let's
You're
be
being a
clear.
bully.
Let's be clear, I'm not being a bully.
It's in your nature. You're a bully. You're rude ass. I'm actually wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt today.
Are you really? Also, what is that aqua and what the hell is that?
That's Konosuba.
Ah, never seen
It's
it.
Aqua.
Never seen
Aqua
it.
and Kazuma. I had Kazuma. It's pretty good.
Hmm.
I'd recommend it, but then again, I'd recommend a lot of shit that's bad. Because I, for one, like playing shitty games. Like Never Dead. Like the anime Black Butler.
Okay, get that shit out of here.
No.
He kind of cute though.
Right?
Oh, he is. He's
He's
a pretty boy.
adorable.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy, but
He kind of cute though.
I love. Okay. I know, like everybody has like their kind. I don't know what to call it. Like the kind of
type.
characters that they are always
Art
drawn to in every single art form or whatever, like shows or
archetype.
anime. I guess maybe that's the word of it. But like I love like characters with like really light hair for some reason. Like if it's white, that's the best. Like white hair characters are like my favorite in anime.
Kakashi.
I've never watched Naruto, so is that Naruto?
Yeah, that's Naruto.
I think
See,
it's the guy with the mask, right? Yeah,
Yeah, he's dope.
yeah, he cute.
Oh, he cute. That mask.
He
What that mask do, girl?
prevent corona. He's the safest of us all.
Yeah, he wears 2 masks.
he do.
Kakashi will stop the corona.
What's yours? That now thinking of it, like what's yours, Banana?
No, Ghoul was not done. Ghoul was talking about white haired, and then I asked her about Kakashi.
No, I was pretty much
I
done.
was about
But
to
I guess
say.
what are your guys'
Punch girls.
archetypes?
Punch ladies.
Punch ladies.
What?
Punch ladies.
What even is that?
Punch
A lady that
lady.
punches.
Like muscle type shit?
No, they don't have to be muscly. They can be muscly, but they do not have to be muscly. Uh like you know who's a punch girl? That's a punch girl.
Oh, gotcha.
Punch.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I could go for a good muscly lady. Like, I'm down. I got a dad bod, but even a lady with like a fucking ripped body is like, you know what? I'm down. Carry me through the threshold.
Do you have like a favorite punch lady?
A favorite punch lady. Chie from Persona 4.
Ah,
Mm.
what about
But Yang
you,
is also up there.
Cirrus?
Oh, my favorite punch lady would probably be actually Makoto from Persona 5.
Well, no, just in general, like your
Oh,
archetype.
my type
Or...
is dyed hair. Like, just that's it.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
that's
am
not an
basic.
archetype.
I am basic
I
as
thought it was
fuck.
elves.
Well, I mean, like that's more. I don't know if that's really an archetype. Archetype is shit that can like. I feel like be in real life. Like there are punch bitches in real life. There are like
Well,
Yes.
I said white hair.
white
That could
hair
be
can be a thing in real life.
Yeah.
Elves cannot.
Well, people can
No,
put
that's
on
so
elf
true.
ears. So
Bro, Jared left high elf pussy. I'll never forget that picture.
what?
Oh, when he left his wife, there was the joke that like he
To
cheated
be
on her
fair,
with
he
what's her
did not.
face.
Oh,
Everything came out and things were changed. She was the aggressor.
Oh yeah,
He,
I'm
yeah,
not
he
trying to
waited.
defend him. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm saying like that was the
No, I
like that
am
meme.
defending him. He was in the
No, I
right.
mean, you
no.
know what I'm not trying to patronize him. Um what I'm saying is like when all that first transpired, there was the picture of Holly
Yeah,
and his
Attila. Yep.
ex next to each other and it was like he left this high elf pussy for this troll ass bitch. And I was like, "Oh no."
I don't know. I think both Holly and his ex are pretty cute. So
I actually yeah, I thought Holly was pretty cute too. Uh, if I were to like narrow down like I have a thing for like colored hair. If you look at all my exes, they all have colored hair because it's just like I love like
no.
funky colored hair. But if I were to narrow it further than that, um, I like people that have like I don't. I'm more of an this is gonna be a little derogatory, but I'm more of like an ass guy. But I don't like anyone having like big curves in general. Like I don't like Kardashian ass, and I don't like, you know, giant boobs. Like that's just not my thing.
Flat as a board, easy to nail.
I said that growing up. There was this girl that like hit on me. Her name was Bessie,
Damn, Bessie.
and my ex constantly worried about me cheating on her with her, and I always made the remark that she was disproportionate. She was like 5'4" with like ease, and to me that's just like unattractive if you're like it's disproportionalism to like how tall a person is. Like you can have double D's and still be attractive to me, but you need to be tall. Like you can't be like 5'2" and have like I don't fucking know if that's a thing, but like Z tits and like that be attractive. To me that's
Fortunately,
not.
believe it is.
All the
Except in
five
some
two
of them
girls,
animes.
all the 5'2" girls with Z tits are listening right now, and they're crying.
Yeah,
Look,
like to me that's just not my thing. I don't think you're ugly. I just don't like you. That's not a thing for me.
You were just like, you can't have this.
I'm just not gonna let you. You know what? Now I'm sticking to it. I'm not gonna let you hang around me, any one of my friends, if you disproportion.
Oh, now they're sobbing. They're sobbing now.
if I had a preference, it would be smaller tits over bigger tits. I'm part of the itty bitty titty committee.
You're part of it, or
Yeah,
you are
I'm an
in
advocate for.
respect.
Yeah,
Advocate
I'm an
for it.
advocate for.
Okay.
I support the itty bitty titty committee.
It sounds like a bumper sticker, like, I support.
Yeah,
And see, like on the flip though, like if you are like also insanely short and you have like a fucking bookshelf as your ass, I'm just like I'm not even gonna like second glance physically at you. Like obviously, like personality matters. If I meet someone and just start talking to them and really connect with them, obviously that matters. But like if you're like disproportionate like that, like in my head, it's just not attractive.
it does not matter how good your personality is if the first time you interact with somebody is face to face.
That's fair.
If the other person is not willing to, like, and it sucks because like I said, I'm a strong 4,
Oof.
but I think I got a
Not
nice
oof to that.
personality.
That sounds so
Uh,
bad because they can't see my screen.
That's okay. That first initial thing is usually how attractive you are, and that's what gets people to initiate conversation. The people who aren't willing to go past a certain threshold will never meet people that could change their lives because they're looking at surface level, and it's a shame.
Yes, here is.
Like, you could not be romantically interested in them and whatever, and still talk to them, but it's a shame. I mean, and I do it too. It's not gonna lie, I do it too. But like, you know what? Not really gonna talk to that person. They kind of look sketchy.
They look like they support Hitler.
Well, that's because they're wearing a swastika. In fact, I'm going to talk to them, and I'm going to punch them in the face.
You're gonna talk or punch or both.
I'm going to talk and then punch.
Gotcha.
I'm going to introduce myself formally, tell them I disagree with their beliefs, and then punch them.
Nice.
That's a fair interaction.
I wouldn't even give them the chance to know my name.
I would. I want them to know who punched them in the face. The world's in a rough spot, everybody. We got killer bees.
Oh, I heard about that.
And not the Naruto killer bees.
No, not even the fun kind.
I think it's going to be a little bit blown out. That's the League of Legends emote. Uh,
That's cute.
Unfortunately, they're actually killer wasps, and they're about 2 to 3 inches long.
Yeah, and they
This is-
actually
they're
this is
gonna-
kill
me.
bees.
That's
Yep.
me.
Hey, hell yeah, bees are great.
No, that's me with the hornets.
Don't do that, please.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't do that.
See,
Please.
I'm
gonna
cool
do
with
it.
bees.
Well,
I'm gonna do
everybody
it.
should be cool with bees. However, these giant wasps, they eat a lot of insects, and
They fuck up
one of them
bees.
is bees. Yeah, but I think it's going to be blown out of proportion because they will eat bees, yes, but it's more of a problem to beekeepers and whatnot because the species of bee we have here is different than the Asian bee, which is what they normally eat because it's an Asian giant hornet, and the Asian bees, I forget their name. Uh, the Asian honeybees have developed ways to defend their colonies against these giant hornets. So, but we don't have that over here. So if it gets bad, the bee population will be pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of thick though.
That
that
bee
stink.
got a wagon.
Where that stinger coming out of it though.
His butt.
That's a booty hole.
Girl, that's a booty hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of invasive species. Like people don't think cats are an invasive species in the United States, and they are. They caused like the extinction of like 13 different species of like mammals and birds because people just let their cats outside.
Yep.
And feral colonies and stuff like that too. But um besides just euthanizing them, there's not much you can do about um feral colonies besides TNR, which is trap, neuter, and release.
Mm-hmm.
And just wait for their numbers to go down because cats can have a
Lots of
lot of
kids.
baby.
Yeah.
Yep,
A lot of baby.
a lot of baby.
Two of the cats in my house were actually like found as kittens outside of my house. Like they
Yeah,
were feral. I say
yeah,
were, like no matter what a cat is. Like a feral cat's a feral cat, but
yeah.
They're still feral, yeah.
to
They
be
were called
honest,
stray is probably the better term for it.
yeah, they're wild as fuck compared to the other cat I have. Like the other cat I have, like chills. Right now, I guarantee if I were to go upstairs, that cat's laying on the couch, just chilling, slumbering like a cat. These cats run around like they just did a line of coke, 24/7.
We'll start
And
feeding cats Coke.
and I get that's like a thing of like, they're wild cats, so like obviously that's the way they're gonna be. But like, holy shit, it's like insane. It's kind of like funny because like you'll be upstairs and you'll just be like chilling, and then all of a sudden your cat will just like haul ass down the hallway, and you'll see another cat like just haul ass after him, and then my dogs are like, "What the fuck is going on?" And, and then the one that's not like a wild cat will just be sitting on the couch like, "Y'all are fucking stupid." But it's kind of cool to have like the two different, I guess, types of cat.
Well, I mean, it's just the same as dogs. Like, there are dogs that sleep all day, and there are dogs that do like sports and stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's differences. There's cat breeds, but now cats are just so interbred and stuff like that. Like, they're allowed to free breed in the wild and stuff.
You
That
Yeah.
hear
it's
that,
just
Patches? You're a mongrel.
they just call them like based on their hair coat now. They just call them like domestic short hairs or domestic long hairs or and then just stuff like
Calico.
that.
My
Yeah.
cat, orange.
No. Calico would still be a domestic short hair if it has short hair. It's about the coat length, and then you can go into
Mm,
the color. Then
okay.
the color is like you can say a domestic short hair tabby or something like that, or a
Okay.
domestic short hair calico. Yeah,
That's Patches.
yeah.
And
She
she's a
cute.
girl dragon.
She cute.
My cats are orange.
I'm starving.
I'm actually wicked hungry.
Look,
How long have we
I'm
been going
sorry.
for?
I'm sorry, podcast. I didn't get to eat before this.
I don't get
Banana's
to.
cutting it. Banana's cutting it here. The
Bananas
gavel.
cutting it here. All right, fuck it. We cut it here.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.